Welcome to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report, hosted by Craig Dawson, Vice President, Soul Pit Media.
Hello and welcome to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report. Today is a very special show. I'd like to thank two very special people, not only with the show, but in my life, for helping us to achieve our 50th podcast. Boy, does time go by quickly. And before I begin our show, I would first like to thank our founder and CEO, Donna Baxter Portia, for her continued support in helping to make the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report one of the best minority podcasts in the city. And I want to thank her for giving us the flexibility to do that. Now, today I have two very special guests. My first guest is an icon in the journalism and fashion fields here in Pittsburgh. I have Debbie Norrell, who is the host of the Soul Pit Media Community Calendar. And I also have our producer of the show, Mr. David Houston, who is, I like to say, one of the best producers in Pittsburgh. Welcome to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report to the both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Craig. It's an honor to serve you and to serve the Soul Pit community.
Now, I will start out with Debbie Norrell, the host of the Community Calendar. Debbie, as I stated, is an icon in the journalism and fashion fields here in Pittsburgh. And Debbie, for the few people who may have been living up under a rock the last few years, I won't say how many, for the both of us, could you talk to our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Well, Craig, first of all, I just want to say how much I have enjoyed being with the Soul Pit Media and being a part of the podcast and working with you and working with David has just been tremendous. And I'm just very excited for 50 episodes. I mean, this is really exciting to have done 50 episodes. And when I think back about when I decided that I wanted to start a portion of my media career, I was at an age when a lot of people thought, well, you must be kidding. Because I remember the first radio job that I had, I was 40 years old, soon to be, I think, 41, which was pretty old to start a career in radio. And I started at WCXJ, which was a small radio station, a small AM station in Homewood. And I started there as a producer and basically just learned on the job. The Chicago Tribune wrote a story about me, and I was as one of the world's oldest interns. So one of my keepsakes is that story that's in the Chicago Tribune. And then after I learned a little bit about being a producer, I became a host of a show called The Gospel Wake Up Call. And I decided then, I had a full-time job at a bank. So I would come in the morning at 5 a.m. in the morning and work at the radio station from 5 to 7. And then I'd work sometime on Saturdays. And then I'd leave the radio station and get on the East Busway and go downtown and work at Mellon Bank. And so I made up my mind that I was going to have a full-time career in the media. So someone was kind enough to help me put together a tape, and I applied for a job at the biggest radio station in the city at that time, which was WAMO, and I became the host of the morning show, which was it was just like, it was really amazing to go from 1,000 watts to 72,000 watts of power on an FM, going from the AM to an FM, and it was almost a fiasco. So it was just a very, very interesting time that I ended up doing well there for like 3 years. And then I left there and went to the airport as the PR manager of the airport. So I've had some interesting jobs in radio. I also worked at Smooth Jazz, which was WJJJ, and then went back to banking. But at the same time, while I'm working at the bank, I became the lifestyle editor at the New Pittsburgh Courier. So I held those two jobs simultaneously. And it's just been an exciting career. I started modeling when I was 15, and I modeled professionally for Horns, Gimbels, Kaufmann's, Penny's, and Macy's. And I've been doing TV commercials since I was 15 years old. And I'm still doing TV commercials and movies and episodes. I have an episode that's running now on Amazon Prime and one that's on Netflix. So it's just been a crazy life. It's just been a crazy life. And some things happened, and I think it was 2019. And I left the Pittsburgh Courier and came on over to the Soul Pit. And it's just been a fun ride.
Now, Pittsburgh, you tell me that isn't the hardest working lady in show business. And and to our younger listeners, I want you to take note that there are no excuses. You should let nothing stop you from those lean days over at WCXJ. Debbie, I also worked with you then. We're not going to tell our audience how long ago that was, but I can attest to just how hard you work, and I am really blessed to have you not only join me over at Soul Pit Media, but also to have you host our community calendar. Now, Debbie, 50 podcasts is a great accomplishment for your community calendar. This segment has been a huge part of the show. Can you talk to our listeners about the community calendar?
Well, the community calendar is a portion that is what you would consider a public service announcement, or what some call it a PSA. And it gives you information. It gives you good information on health, education, and also entertainment. And what we do on that community calendar, we will let the community know about events that might be going on in the city. It might be a free event. It might be a farmer's market that's being held in Wilkinsburg. It might be an opportunity for someone to put their child into a dance class, or it could be an opportunity for someone to go to a health fair. Often the things that we talk about in that community calendar are free or a small cost. But sometimes people don't read newspapers like they used to. And so they can hear these things on the podcast. They can get a phone number, get a website, and possibly call that. We also give a lot of educational information about places that people can enroll their children into certain academies. There's a lot of charter schools, and there's a lot of online schooling. So we give that type of information out as well. There's also a big festival that's coming up, and it's not going to be held in Pittsburgh, but not too far away. And we talk about that. So it just gives you some information. It's like your online newspaper. So you can hear these things that are happening, things that maybe you just didn't know. These are things that commercials you wouldn't see on television. And maybe you don't have a computer, but maybe you have a way to listen to the podcast with your phone, and you can hear about these good things. And then also, this podcast is sponsored by Pittsburgh Regional Transit. And we also let you know that there's good job opportunities. There's a lot of good job opportunities in the city, and we mention those too from time to time. So there's just a lot of good information that we share in that community calendar.
Now, Debbie, when I first came to you with this concept, it was after, unfortunately, having my sister, Cassandra Glanton, pass of COVID. And after that, I wanted to make sure that people knew where there were community resources and help in order to not only battle this at the time pandemic that just wreaked havoc among our community, but just where resources were to get a job, to eat better, to know where you can get a vaccine or even healthcare in general. And I really want to thank you for you and your dedication to spreading this information in the community. Now, being the multifaceted person that you are, you also have a biweekly column on our website, which is thesoulpit.com. And you also have one of the hottest columns in the city in our magazine, which is Norrell in the City. Debbie, can you talk to our listeners a little bit about those two aspects of what you do?
Absolutely. The column comes out on the 15th and the 30th, and you can go to thesoulpit.com to read that, and it is also featured on Facebook as well. Now, the column is pretty much a lifestyle column. It's very similar to what I did prior to with my previous employer. And I write a lot about things that are on my mind. So it is a true opinion piece. And I talk often, I love talking about fraud, mainly because I worked in fraud for many years for several financial institutions. So 34 years of banking experience and working with ATMs and debit cards, and also with a lot of fraud training. So I always like to tell people ways to keep their money safe. It seems like there's so many people that have become very lackadaisical about their money when they're using things like Cash App and Zelle and PayPal and things of that nature. And all of those are good tools. Those are all good tools, but you have to be very cautious of how you use them. And the same with how using your debit card. My column that is out right now is about Keep Your Eye on Your Money is the title of that column, Keep Your Eye on Your Money. And that's I was a big Robin Harris fan, if you might remember the late comedian Robin Harris, and he had a bit that he used to do called Keep Your Eye on Your Luggage when you go to the airport. Keep your eye on your luggage. Well, this will keep your eye on your money. And this is what you have to do is keep your eye on your money and make sure that you check your accounts often. And people become very, very lax with their money. I also write often about retirement. I try to reach the people who are in my age bracket and even younger people, because I think I spent a lot of time trying to prepare financially for my retirement so that I would not be forced to work if I didn't want to work. So after 66, I decided, well, I don't want to work full time anymore. And my plan that I had, it worked out. It seemed like it's worked out pretty good. So I talk a lot about retirement. I talk about fraud. I talk about money. I like to do reviews of new places that are in the city, because people used to complain in Pittsburgh that there was nowhere to go and nothing to do. But there really is. There's a lot of new places to go. You just have to kind of come out sometimes of your comfort zone and go and visit some of these wonderful new places that we have in our city. So that's the column. And the column can be about anything, because it is what you call an opinion piece. And then I do a feature every quarter, and there's 2 features in the magazine. And I go out and cover events. Normally they're very large events where there'll be 200 to 500 people there, or sometimes even more. And we give, an overview of that event and take several pictures so people can see what types of things are going on in the city of Pittsburgh.
We'll be right back with the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report.
It doesn't matter the time nor the place, the conditions or transitions. Doesn't matter who you are or who you're with. Before, now, and always. Through all phases of life, Duquesne Light Company is here for you.
Port Authority has a new name, Pittsburgh Regional Transit, PRT for short. It's all about doing an even better job of getting people where they want to go every day. It's also about getting people where they want to go in their careers. PRT is looking for some new faces. We're hiring for every position. We offer great pay and benefits and a direct route to a great future. Go to rideprt.org/careers. PRT is an equal opportunity employer.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pit television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
UPMC is committed to addressing the health disparities that disproportionately impact African Americans in our communities. By driving education, training, and programming, and building relationships with our community partners, we can ensure that all individuals and families have access to the preventive care, screenings, and treatment that can lead to healthier lives. Learn more at upmc.com/health disparities.
Yeah, who's this?
Don Stogie, it's me, Nick the Nub.
Nicky, my boy, what you got for me?
Boss, I got the bundle on some bad news about your best customer, Sammy Sticks.
What, sleeping with the fishes?
Nah, he's still with Wanda, but he's been herfing with the Cigar Fathers.
The Godfathers?
No, boss, Cigar Fathers, you know. Friendly, knowledgeable staff, live outdoor patio jams, and a wide selection of cigars and cigar accessories.
Oh, how do you know so much about this place?
Well, boss, because I've been coming back all week.
What?
Hey, I'm sorry, Don Stogie, but with everything Cigar Fathers is offering, I couldn't refuse.
With a ramped-up commitment to investing in local Black-owned businesses, Duquesne Light Company, in partnership with the New Pittsburgh Courier, presents Small Business Spotlight, powered by DLC. Published twice per month, the Small Business Spotlight profiles 2 Black-owned businesses and provides each of them with a free quarter-page ad to promote their business. Do you know a business that should be featured? Visit newpittsburghcourier.com/Small Business Spotlight for more information.
The future of transit is now, and we are working to improve your ride. Look for bus tracking technologies and other innovations to keep you better informed. Getting around town has never been so easy. PortAuthority.org.
Do you like entertainment that provides diverse programming? Well, there's a new radio station that provides exactly that. Yes, Pittsburgh's diverse sports and entertainment network provides a mixed radio format and is the place for soulful music, sports talk, and lifestyle programming. Check us out at pghdsen.com. You'll be able to find our radio schedule with all of our exciting entertainment programs. Listen now by going to pghdsen.com.
Did you know that STD rates have increased in Allegheny County?
No, I did not.
Yeah, especially for people under 30.
Maybe I should go get tested.
In Allegheny County, symptomatic syphilis cases increased by 97% and gonorrhea cases by 18% in the past year. And having multiple STDs increases your chances of getting HIV.
Oh, wow. Do you know where I can go get tested?
The Public Health Clinic offers free walk-in STD and HIV screening located at 1908 Wiley Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA 15219.
It looks like I know what I'm doing tomorrow, getting tested, and I'll make sure to spread the word.
For more information, call 412-578-8081 or visit AlleghenyCounty.us/HIV.
Pittsburgh, get ready for the summer's biggest 3-day concert of the year, the Cincinnati Music Festival, July 20th, 21st, and 22nd at Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. Thursday, July 20th, celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip-hop with Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, and Rakim. Friday, July 21st, the one and only Al Green, Jill Scott, Jodeci, Midnight Star, and Gerald Albright. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Saturday, July 22nd, Snoop Dogg, The P-Funk Connection, Babyface, Avery Sunshine, and Norman Brown. That's July 20th, 21st, and 22nd at Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. For tickets and hotel accommodations, go to BarryWiseEnterprise.com. or look for the ad at thesoulpit.com. The Soul Pit, bringing you a summer full of soul.
We're back with the Soul Pit Media, Health, and Business Report. Well, I just want to let our listeners in on a little secret. Now, I've been in the media business for over 30 years, and I always kid Debbie that she gets into events that they don't even send me an invitation. The Secret Service has never requested credentials from me when the vice president was in town, or the president, and the list goes on. And Debbie, I would like to take this time just to personally thank you. You know, it's just been a joy working with you. And even though, like I said, you have better connections than the mayor, but you've always have been a beautiful person, both inside and out. And I look forward to working with you for the next 50 shows.
Well, that sounds good. I'm going to be here on board. As long as I'm able to wake up and be in my right mind, I'll be here.
Well, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I'd be remiss if I didn't include who I think is the best producer in the city of Pittsburgh. And I say this because our producer, Mr. David Houston, is actually producing this show from Houston, Texas. Okay, so if you think that producing a show from Pittsburgh may be tough, try producing one from halfway across the country. Dave, welcome to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report.
Thank you, Craig. I appreciate you having me. It's been an honor working with you these last 50 shows, and looking forward to the next 50 and beyond.
Now, Dave, I have to admit that starting to work with you, you were someone that I worked with, but you've become almost like a little brother to me, man. And I just want to say that I value what a good Christian husband and father and friend that you are. And I just wanted to say that even before I started with the questions. Now, Dave, you have an extensive and impressive resume. As I stated, you were just hired and moved across the country to relocate in Houston, Texas because of your expertise. Now, can you talk to our listeners a little bit about your career?
Absolutely. I've worked in the IT field my entire career, which has allowed me to hone my craft for over 35 years. I'm not going to give my age, but I've been around for a while. At 14, my dad and I, we took a technology that had just come out from Microsoft. We'd never used it before. It's called Microsoft Access. This is back in 1995. And over the course of 3 weeks of coming home after school and working with this program, grinding with it, we developed a human resources portal and a student tracking database, which the school that my dad worked for used for over 20 years before finally replacing it with another product. One of my crown achievements back in my childhood days. Out of college, I took a job as a junior database administrator and computer programmer, and over the course of 2 decades, I've gradually worked my way up the ranks professionally, taking both managerial and non-managerial positions throughout that stint. And as you stated, currently I am in Houston, Texas. I took a position as an enterprise architect where I'm responsible for making sure that the 60 plus applications in our portfolio can share information between them securely, efficiently, and accurately. One thing I can say is that every opportunity has presented its own unique challenges, and that's what motivates me to be the best in the business.
Now, Dave, can you tell our listeners how it feels to have produced 50 consecutive podcasts?
Craig, before I started this journey with you over 2 years ago, I told you up front that I had no prior producing experience, but that I have a strong track record of venturing into the unknown and figuring things out. No excuses, just get it done. You took me at my word, and here we are 50 podcasts later. I'm proud to say that after 50 podcasts, I think we actually have a viable product. In the same breath, of course, I can say with 100% certainty that we haven't even begun to peak in terms of what the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report is capable of. We're only limited by our imaginations and how far we decide to take this journey together.
Now, Dave, reflecting back on a little bit of my past, years ago, I was the president of a company called All Pro Sports Marketing. And believe it or not, one of my clients was the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we don't have no, other than you down there in Houston, I don't really have no love for Houston except for you. How has it been producing a show so far away from where the show is actually being recorded? I know technically it has to present its ups and downs to you.
Technology is a beautiful thing. And when the pandemic was thrust upon us a few years ago, it really forced us to figure out how we can continue to do business. So I can honestly say that everything that we're doing now was made possible because of the things that transpired over the pandemic. Having the virtual meetings, the teleconferencing, technology has really accelerated to where it allows us to, like you said, be able to produce this show anywhere in the world. We can have guests in the country, out of the country, it doesn't matter. And that's the beauty of what we're doing. That's the beauty of what I do by trade, working in IT. I love being able to figure things out. And I'm always working behind the scenes for you, trying to figure out how do we make this even better.
Now, I can honestly say, being one of 6 children and a niece, because we raised our niece too, I know that there is no I in team, because if I don't know how big you guys' families were, but if they were big as mine, you realize that the only way that you can truly make it is have a support system in place. And I just want to thank the two of you so much for coming on this journey with me. I know that we have received rave reviews from the corporate community, and not only the corporate community, but the community at large. And I want to thank, as I stated before, our CEO and founder, Donna Baxter Portia, for her unwavering support. I would also like to thank UPMC, Duquesne Light, and Pittsburgh Regional Transit for being our anchor sponsors of the show. And I look forward to working with the both of you now and up to and beyond Show 100. So thank you both for taking time out of your busy schedules, and Godspeed for our podcast.
Thank you so much, Craig. And I just want to take a minute to tell David how wonderful it has been working with him. He makes things so easy for me to record my portion. I mean, he found a method, a way that I can record it. So I could, too, be anywhere and record my portion for the podcast, and it gets to him through technology. And I just think it's just very exciting that he's always very easy to work with and answers questions right away. And it's just been a pleasure working with both of you.
Likewise, Debbie, God has blessed me with a lot of gifts, and I'm happy he's given me the opportunity to express these gifts in the manner that he's allowing me to. So I appreciate the kind words, and definitely enjoy working with you and working with Craig, and looking forward to the next 50 for sure.
Well, thank you both for taking time out of your very busy schedules, and on to the next podcast.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report.
It doesn't matter the time nor the place, the conditions or transitions. Doesn't matter who you are or who you're with. Before, now, and always. Through all phases of life, Duquesne Light Company is here for you.
Port Authority has a new name, Pittsburgh Regional Transit, PRT for short. It's all about doing an even better job of getting people where they want to go every day. It's also about getting people where they want to go in their careers. PRT is looking for some new faces. We're hiring for every position. We offer great pay and benefits and a direct route to a great future. Go to rideprt.org/careers. PRT is an equal opportunity employer.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcasts, and Soul Pit television options. We can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
UPMC is committed to addressing the health disparities that disproportionately impact African Americans in our communities. By driving education, training, and programming, and building relationships with our community partners, we can ensure that all individuals and families have access to the preventive care, screenings, and treatment that can lead to healthier lives. Learn more at upmc.com/health disparities.
Yeah, who's this?
Don Stogie, it's me, Nick the Nub.
Hey, my boy, what you got for me?
Boss, I got the bundle on some bad news about your best customer, Sammy Sticks.
What, sleeping with the fishes?
Nah, he's still with Wanda, but he's been herfing with the Cigar Fathers.
The Godfathers?
No, boss. Cigar Fathers, you know. Friendly, knowledgeable staff, live outdoor patio jams, and a wide selection of cigars and cigar accessories.
Oh, how do you know so much about this place?
Well, boss, because I've been coming back all week.
What?
Hey, I'm sorry, Don Stogie, but with everything Cigar Fathers is offering, I couldn't refuse.
With a ramped-up commitment to investing in local Black-owned businesses, Duquesne Light Company, in partnership with the New Pittsburgh Courier, presents Small Business Spotlight, powered by DLC. Published twice per month, the Small Business Spotlight profiles 2 Black-owned businesses and provides each of them with a free quarter-page ad to promote their business. Do you know a business that should be featured? Visit newpittsburghcourier.com/Small Business Spotlight for more information.
The future of transit is now, and we are working to improve your ride. Look for bus tracking technologies and other innovations to keep you better informed. Getting around town has never been so easy. PortAuthority.org.
Do you like entertainment that provides diverse programming? Well, there's a new radio station that provides exactly that. Yes, Pittsburgh's diverse sports and entertainment network provides a mixed radio format and is the place for soulful music, sports talk, and lifestyle programming. Check us out at pghdsen.com. You'll be able to find our radio schedule with all of our exciting entertainment programs. Listen now by going to pghdsen.com.
Did you know that STD rates have increased in Allegheny County?
No, I did not.
Yeah, especially for people under 30.
Maybe I should go get tested.
In Allegheny County, symptomatic syphilis cases increased by 97% and gonorrhea cases by 18% in the past year. And having multiple STDs increases your chances of getting HIV.
Oh, wow. Do you know where I can go get tested?
The Public Health Clinic offers free walk-in STD and HIV screening located at 1908 Wiley Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA 15219.
It looks like I know what I'm doing tomorrow, getting tested, and I'll make sure to spread the word.
For more information, call 412-578-8081 or visit AlleghenyCounty.us/HIV.
Pittsburgh, get ready for the summer's biggest 3-day concert of the year, the Cincinnati Music Festival, July 20th, 21st, and 22nd at Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. Thursday, July 20th, celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip-hop with Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, and Rakim. Friday, July 21st, the one and only Al Green, Jill Scott, Jodeci, Midnight Star, and Gerald Albright. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Saturday, July 22nd, Snoop Dogg, The P-Funk Connection, Babyface, Avery Sunshine, and Norman Brown. That's July 20th, 21st, and 22nd at Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. For tickets and hotel accommodations, go to BarryWiseEnterprise.com or look for the ad at thesoulpit.com. The Soul Pit, bringing you a summer full of soul.
We're back with the Soul Pit Media, Health, and Business Report.
Hi, this is Debbie Norrell, and welcome to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report Community Calendar. Don't miss the chance to apply for the 2023-2024 ninth grade class at City Charter High. Apply now and book a tour at cityhigh.org/admissions. City High is tuition free and open to the public. Here are the top 5 reasons to visit a public health clinic. 1, they offer free and confidential HIV, syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia testing. 2, if diagnosed with an STD, they offer free treatment for syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia on site. 3, no appointment and no insurance is needed. 4, they provide free condoms to all patients. And number 5, their staff is great and knowledgeable. To learn more, call 412-578-8081 or visit AlleghenyCounty.us/PH Clinic. How's this for a summer road trip? The Cincinnati Music Festival at the Paycor Stadium, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, July 20th to July 22nd, with a lineup like never before. Here is a short list: Dougie Fresh, Big Daddy Kane, Al Green, Jill Scott, and Norman Brown. For more information, go to BarryWiseEnterprise.com. Don't forget to visit thesoulpit.com for the latest in theater, musical entertainment, job opportunities, and health information. That's thesoulpit.com. Pittsburgh Regional Transit is improving transit for every rider. They are adding QR codes to bus signs so you will know when your bus will arrive, making it easier to get on board with their mobile ticketing app, and investing in all-electric buses to help reduce emissions today to help improve air quality tomorrow. Yes, PRT is making changes, but more importantly, they are making a difference. Thank you for listening to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report, brought to you by Pittsburgh Regional Transit. Looking for a great job with benefits? Check out their website, rideprt.org/careers. Thank you for tuning in to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report, hosted by Craig Dawson, Vice President, Soul Pit Media. Thank you, Pittsburgh, for your continued support.